What's up guys, Justin here of Gigatech, and 5G enabled smartphones in the Philippines are growing, and the OPPO Reno4Z is part of a wave of new affordable 5G phones in the country. It also packs a MediaTek Dimensity 800 chipset, a 48 megapixel quad camera setup, and a 120Hz refresh rate display. For the price of 20,990 pesos, is it worth the buy? Keep on watching and find out in this review. So first, let's talk about the design. The OPPO Reno4Z embodies a 2D glass-like rear panel in the color ink black, which is also available in a do-white color variant. With this kind of finish, it loves fingerprints and smudges, so better use the free jelly case in the box. Flipping on the front, you can find its hole punch for the dual selfie cameras at the upper left corner and an earpiece at the center top. It feels solid, lightweight, and it rests comfortably in the palm. At the back, you can see its square-shaped camera module on the upper left side, while you'll notice the brand logo on the lower right side. On the right sits the power button that doubles as a side-mounted fingerprint scanner. Meanwhile, on the left, we have the tactile and clicky volume rocker and a dual SIM card tray with sadly no room for a micro SD card. Up top is a secondary microphone, while at the bottom are its loudspeaker, primary microphone, a USB Type-C port, and a 3.5mm headphone jack. Overall, the 2D polycarbonate design at the back makes it look more premium, and thankfully it has a slim profile with curved edges that makes it comfortable to grip. The OPPO Reno4Z 5G has a 6.57-inch LTPS LCD screen with a resolution of 2400 by 1080 pixels and a pixel density of 401 pixels per inch. For protection, it has a layer of Gorilla Glass 3 Plus and a pre-installed screen protector. And as I've said earlier, it also has a 120Hz refresh rate, which is nice to have for smoother animations and transitions. Now, despite getting an LCD display, the screen still looks great and you get slim bezels for a decent viewing angle. The color temperatures can be customized, so you can choose from cool, default, and warm depending on what you prefer. Its brightness level is pretty good too, as you can still see the screen well at max brightness under direct sunlight. Audio-wise, this device has a single downward-firing speaker at the bottom. It has a good balance of highs, mids, and lows, but honestly, you can't expect this speaker to give you the best sound possible, mainly because of its mid-range quality. We also don't recommend turning up the volume to maximum, as the output tends to exhibit some form of distortion. Either way, you can always take advantage of its headphone jack. Talk about software, it runs on Android 10 out of the box with ColorOS 7.1 skinned on top. I like that you can personalize your icons, app animation speed, and on-screen buttons for navigation. As expected, OPPO's UI features many of its own stock apps, including SoulLoop, O-Roaming, OPPO Relax, and many more. It also has third-party pre-installed apps like Lazada, Facebook, and Agoda, but it's fine since we mostly use them and you can always uninstall them if you like. Moving on to performance, the OPPO Reno4Z 5G is powered by a MediaTek Dimensity 800 processor with a Mali G57 MC4 GPU, 8GB of RAM, and a 128GB of internal storage. We noticed that out of the 128GB of storage, we get a usable 112GB out of the box, which is pretty normal. We tried playing graphics-heavy games such as Call of Duty and Asphalt 9, and while gaming, we encounter a minimal amount of hiccups when using the highest settings. And the phone does heat up a little, but it's not that bothersome. When it comes to day-to-day tasks like browsing the web and navigating around social media, it is unquestionably smooth all throughout. For biometrics and security, you can unlock the phone through facial recognition and the side-mounted fingerprint scanner. There's nothing much to say, both methods work pretty quickly as expected. If you want to see the benchmark scores, we'll flash them now. So you already know that this OPPO Reno4Z is a 5G ready device. And its other connectivity features include Wi-Fi, Bluetooth 5.1, NFC, 4G LTE, that USB Type-C, and a 3.5mm headphone jack. And when it comes to battery, this device gets a 4000 mAh capacity with 18 watts VOOC fast charging support. We ran it through the PC Mark's battery test and got a total of 11 hours and 19 minutes. Meanwhile, in our standard video loop test, which entails the phone being at 50% brightness, 50% volume, airplane mode turned on, and with headphones plugged in, the device lasted a longer 13 hours and 8 minutes. With this, the Reno4Z 5G can at least last you a day if you're not a heavy user. Alright, let's talk about cameras. The OPPO Reno4Z 5G has a total of 6 cameras. That's a quad camera setup at the back consisting of a 48-megapixel main camera, along with an 8-megapixel ultra-wide shooter, a 2-megapixel monochrome, and a 2-megapixel macro lens. Up front, its dual hole punch shooters consist of a 16-megapixel main and a 2-megapixel depth sensor. Checking out the rear camera sample shots, it performs pretty well in daylight, outdoor, and indoor. You'll see that it's true to its colors and the details are present. However, for low light shots, details are a bit muddy and there's a lot of noise going on, even with the night mode turned on. Now with portrait shots on the other hand, we get some decent subject background separation, but the subject can be grainy at some point, so better to take time shooting. When it comes to selfies, generally it captures great images and produces accurate color reproduction. I like that when you turn the AI beauty mode on, the skin looks pretty natural when it's at the recommended settings. And when it comes to videos, you can shoot up to 4K at 30 frames per second. The quality is very good, colors are accurate, details are sharp, and the video stabilization is present, so pans come out smooth and even. Okay, so this review wouldn't be complete if we're not gonna talk about the price. This OPPO Reno4Z 5G comes with an official price tag of 20,990 pesos, and it is exclusively available on Globe and Smart postpaid plans only. You can add this Reno4Z 5G in the list of affordable 5G phones in the country. However, 5G may still be unnecessary for now since coverage could be limited to certain areas. So if having 5G connectivity isn't a big deal for you, then I recommend getting its base model, the OPPO Reno4, in case you're planning to stick with OPPO. Well, just a quick recap, the OPPO Reno4 is more affordable, it offers more features, it's got an AMOLED display, 65 watts VOOC 2.0 fast charge, and honestly performs better. And that wraps up this review. What do you guys think of this OPPO Reno4Z 5G? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to drop a like, subscribe to our channel for more content, hit that bell icon so you don't miss any future uploads, and be sure to visit yugatech.com for the latest tech news and reviews. Once again, this is Justin, and don't forget to wash your hands and stay at home.